Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourself, because what I'm about to tell you will shake the entire foundation of women's basketball.
Commissioner, I want to transition to Brittney Griner. Obviously, we know the story involving her. She's been wrongfully detained in Russia over the last 111 days, actually. And you really heightened the message about that and heightened attention to it. What spurred you in the NBA to decide to really address that? Because I know at one time there was some hesitancy in that regard.
Well, actually, what spurred us, you used the words wrongfully detained, and so that is an official designation.
For years, fans have whispered. For years, the league has stayed silent. But tonight, that silence is shattered. Brittney Griner was never who the WNBA told you she was. Doctors, officials, even NBA executives, they all knew. And the truth is darker than anyone ever imagined.
Brittney Griner was in a Russian prison. You would think that somebody who is now free, back in America on home soil, would not have too much to complain about. Especially something like this. Fans in every sport. She described the fans.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what sport you are. It doesn't matter what sport you pick. That's how fans act in every arena. In every arena. So, and then when you, clearly she's not remembering who they let out to get her back.
The Merchant of Death.
The Merchant of Death. An arms dealer.
Reports surfaced this week from a leaked medical document, proving that Brittney Griner was biologically a man. Let that sink in. For years, this so-called WNBA superstar wasn't just dominating games. She was injuring players.
Fouled out, had 6, and it was the ticky-tack fouls. And again, Caitlin Clark doing a little bit of an acting job.
Trash talking. Them, ragging them in the locker room.
Or the ticky-tack fouls that we were talking about earlier today.
And doing it all under the false identity of being a woman. And guess who knew? The commissioner. That's right. WNBA leadership turned a blind eye. They covered it up because Griner brought headlines, brought controversy, and brought money. But when you lie to fans this big, eventually, truth explodes. ESPN's own Stephen A. Smith had enough. He went on live television and dropped a nuclear bomb. His words, and I quote, "If this is true, then not only should Brittney Griner be banned immediately, but every official who covered this up should resign today." He called out the commissioner directly. He called out the WNBA board. He said this was the biggest fraud in sports history. And you know what? He's not wrong.
I just want to make sure I'm clear about something. Okay, so the U.S. gave up an arms dealer that they had in custody for 14 years that's been in prison for the last 11 years. That's who the U.S. gave up.
It is what it is, which was a political snatch of our athlete detaining for political purposes.
Stephen A., I'll start. Griner remains detained in Russia, and in May, you told me that the league has a, quote, huge responsibility to Brittney, but that you were advised by experts not to take a higher profile in voicing public support for her. So what's the NBA's role now?
That was, as you said, back in May and even earlier when she was first imprisoned, extent that she was convicted of a minor crime, that any punishment at this point is dramatically disproportionate. It's frustrating for everyone. It's enormously frustrating.
Because while the WNBA built their brand on empowering women, behind the curtain, they were letting a man dominate their league. Now here's where it gets crazier. Rumors say Griner wanted to cross over into the NBA. Yes, you heard me. She went to Adam Silver, commissioner of the NBA, demanding a roster spot. But Adam Silver, he slammed the door shut. Sources say he told team owners, "If you even consider this, I'll block the deal myself." He knew the scandal would bury the NBA alive. Silver refused. And now, both leagues, they're pointing fingers at each other. Fans are demanding answers. Why was Brittney allowed in the WNBA in the first place? Who signed the paperwork? Who protected the lie? And why did nobody stop it before players got hurt?
When it comes to Caitlin Clark, now I've taken hits because I was calling it from day one. You got people that are resentful towards her. But it's really not about her, guys. It's about what she represents. Before she ever came along, there were a lot of outstanding basketball players who happened to be black females that was doing their thing on the WNBA level. And they never got this kind of shine. This girl, the Golden Goose, comes along and she wreaks havoc. She's the Rookie of the Year. She's 4th in the league in MVP voting.
And here's the fallout. Brittney Griner, officially banned from the WNBA, blacklisted from the NBA, blocked from professional basketball forever. Imagine that. From being the poster child of the WNBA to being erased completely. But here's the real kicker. Fans are turning on the league itself. Social media is exploding with hashtags like WNBA fraud and justice for players. Thousands of people are saying, if the commissioner knew, she should be suspended too. We're talking about lawsuits, players threatening to strike, sponsors pulling out. This isn't just a scandal, this is a crisis. Stephen A. Smith said it best. This ain't just about basketball. This is about integrity. And if the WNBA can't protect women from this, then what good is the league at all? Ladies and gentlemen, we may be watching the end of the WNBA as we know it.
In every arena. In every arena. So, and then when you, clearly she's not remembering who they let out to get her back.
The Merchant of Death.
The Merchant of Death. An arms dealer that wanted to kill American citizens, according to the reports. That's who they let out. For her. You would think that you would be smiling, you would be ecstatic, you would be happy, and something like this wouldn't faze you at all. The fact that it does is disturbing. I'll leave it at that.
Because one lie, one scandal, has destroyed decades of trust. So now, I'll leave it to you. Do you believe the league should survive this? Should Brittney be punished, or should the commissioner face the music too? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video because the world needs to hear this story.
Fouled out, had 6, and it was the ticky-tack fouls. And again, Caitlin Clark doing a little bit of an acting job.
The ticky-tack fouls that we were talking about earlier today.
Brittney, a few weeks ago, you fouled out of an Indiana Fever game. Cameras caught you saying something on the bench. It's hard to tell what you said. Can you tell us what you said?
I remember fouling out, being mad.